What is up, guys? Dalters here, and today we're going to be playing the Amazing Digital Circus Mind Games demo. I believe it's made by a new development team. I'm not really sure, but I will link their stuff below, like their socials and all that. Let's go ahead and just jump right into it and see what it's about. Oh boy. Oh, a cutscene. Oh. Huh. You put on a dusty headset that had been sitting nearby an old computer. To your surprise, it still works. Oh wait, okay, so I think we're new. We're a new player, I think. No menu, no sound, no game selection. You had no idea what to expect while waiting for it to load. You're surrounded by darkness, and for a few seconds you wonder if there's anything to play. Bzz. A buzz of static catches you off guard, until the surrounding void suddenly flashes into a blinding light. Oh, okay. I'm gonna take a second because I wanted to look around. Oh wow, okay, so things are actually moving and blinking and stuff. Also, it's a little different than I remember, like the actual circus, which I guess that would make sense anyway. Your vision comes to a few seconds later, a disoriented groan leaving your mouth. Bleary eyes try to look past the spots blinding your vision, and as it gradually comes into focus, you find yourself immediately assaulted by eye-piercingly bright blues, yellows, and reds. You find yourself standing in what resembles the insides of a giant circus tent. You stand in awe, staring at the floating cubes, plastic tubes, and strangely stacked toy blocks, when suddenly... crack! A loud sound nearly sent you stumbling as a figure materializes from thin air. Well, butter my beloved and smack my sclera. If it isn't a new human, you had bumped into a short something that is now defying gravity right above you. You stare up at the massive pair of chompers with eyeballs, trying to understand what it is you're looking at. Welcome to the Amazing Digital Circus! Sorry, I hear his voice in this and it's perfect. His voice booms out across the colorful backdrop, his spoken words appearing in bold, colorful letters above him. My name is Kane, and I am your ringmaster around here. I can tell you how delighted I am to finally see a new face in my circus. The hyperactive denture keeps his two mismatched eyes on you like glue, unblinking and unmoving. All you can do is stare at in stunned silence as you attempt to catch up to all that is going around you. While you're still trying to make sense of everything in front of you, you decide to... if you have not watched any of the episodes or the season finale, please go watch that before this, because I believe they said there are some stuff from episode 9 leak wise, so if you haven't watched it, so please go watch that first before continuing this video, or even seeing someone else's video on this game, because I don't want you to be I don't want it to be spoiled for you. It's a really good show. Express cautious interest for the digital circus. Reach up and try to take the headset off. So, we know we cannot take the headset off. I guess we'll express cautious interest for the digital circus. He liked that, I think, because it made a coin sound or something. Kane puffs out his chest with pride, his mouth forming into what you can assume to be his version of a smile. Your curiosity for the circus had him peening, as if you've given him some unspoken form of praise. I'm so glad you asked, there's so much to show you. His arms flail around in all directions before looking back at you, large eyes somehow having grown all the larger. By the by, how shall I address you? You think for a moment and suddenly realize you can't remember your own name. Your anxiety starts growing as you seem to have forgotten who you are. Ah, no worries, I'll make sure to give you a name that goes according to that avatar of yours. He flourishes his cane, giving it a dizzying spin before pointing at your chest with it. You still don't know why you can't remember your name. Your every attempt feels as if a wall of static is prohibiting your ability to recall. You hesitantly go with the flow for now, or try reaching it for the headset. Well, I guess we'll go with the flow, because if you watch it, you know you can't really, yeah. He looks ecstatic, clicking his heels together in the air where he was already floating. Wonderful! I promise you we'll have a great time here. I gotta show you around, and we gotta give you a name. He stops in place, upper jaw raising, as if he just remembered something. An unreadable look across his face before his eyes spontaneously point in opposite directions. Jumpin' jackhammers! And all the hullabaloo! I completely forgotten we were in the middle of a hardcore hide-and-seek game. You start to ask, but cut yourself off. He snaps his fingers. A strange board game with his face on it materializes out of nowhere and falls to the ground. If you don't mind waiting for me for a bit, I will be back with you in just a moment, I promise. Just don't go anywhere, okay? I want to be the one that shows you around. Little mini game for you to play in the meantime. See you in a bit, toodaloo. Kane vanishes and there's deafening silence all around you. A quick look over your shoulders and you can see how big the place is. You could listen to Kane and wait for him, but there are also so many strange looking areas that caught your attention. You have a board game at your feet and a whole strange digital world surrounding you. Finally, you decide to... Oh, we have 2 locked options. I'm assuming we have to do multiple gameplays to unlock, which I'm definitely doing anyway, so... stay and play with the board game, or walk towards an open vent in the wall. Let's do like a Kane walkthrough, I guess. So we'll listen to him and like I guess abide by what he wants, just for the first game, like walkthrough or whatever. There are missing pieces inside the box, yet the game seemed to not make any sense anyways. You put out the box, displaying it on the ground, and try to pass some time. After a while, you were already bored. Not even the instructions were of any help. With the box open in front of you, you take a deep breath. Everything was quiet. How is the gaming going, Honey Pops? Beautiful to see you still hanging in there. Or hanging right where I left you. He had broken the silence with a loud pop, and all the board pieces had gone flying all over the floor. With a snap of his fingers, the board and pieces vanished from view. Where were we? Oh yes, you need a name, and a tour around. You question him about the other players inside the circus, and he gives you a casual look and a wave of his hand to brush it off. Huh. I have a theory. So I think this game, or at least like this right here, takes place between episodes, I think 7 and 8. Yeah, it'd have to be 7 and 8, yeah. Just because he was like, you asked about them and then he was like brushed them off, so I'm like, In the beginning, the cutscene. They're all fine, just resting after a great adventure. Don't worry, you will get to meet them all. Kane offers his hand to you. But first, a tour is just for you. A great welcome is needed. Ah, and a name. Just come with me. He grabs you swiftly, lifting you up in the air beside him. Wait, what the? What? Hold on. Sorry, I'm like confused, but also like looking at the art. Okay. Kane looks back at you, a big grin on his face while you two fly above the circus tent. I'm so glad that you are here. It is so nice to have a friendly new face around here. We are going to have so much fun together. Oh, that's literally an ending. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. I like that. Well, obviously now we have to go back in because like that was very short. Let's go ahead and play. So we did the Kane walkthrough. I wonder how many endings there are. Alright, so we know what happens here. There's no menu. Okay, so you just put the headset on. We get into the Digital Circus. Okay, so now he's here again. Oh, Kane. The Amazing Digital Circus! Alright. While you're still trying to make sense of everything in front of you, you decide to... Let's do the opposite now. Let's reach and try to take off the headset. Kane watches as you pull out your head. You struggle for a few seconds as you quickly realize there is nothing to take off. Panicked and confused, you ask for a way to disconnect yourself from the game. Disconnect? This place is fun. I promise you, there is so much we can do. Anything you want, as wacky as you can imagine. And you still gotta meet all the others, am I right? He nudges your arm incessantly in an effort to convince you to just go with the flow of the game. Oh. You notice his fingers tapping rhythmically on his cane, his eyes not leaving you. Ooh. He insists that you experience the game, give it a chance. You decide to... You insist politely you want to exit. Kane's eyes darken, his body language becoming noticeably anxious, though you can't quite make it out. You're sure you can hear now mumbling to himself. Why does everyone always... What am I doing wrong? Is it me? Am I not likable enough? Trying to compose himself, he looks at you with a fake smile as he delivers the bad news. Ah, yes, an exit. Right. You see, there is no exit. Not that I know of at least. Haven't seen one around, I'm afraid. At least not with any I've come up with. He lets out a frantic, jittery laugh before shooting you with an intense stare. I'm sorry to tell you, but I won't be able to help you with that. But what about we instead show you around for now, learn your way around the circus, introduce you to many exciting locations. Though he continues on with his booming voice and showman presentation, you can't help but feel as if there's a lingering anxiety that seems to loom over him. You feel suspicious. You can't believe there is no exit to speak of. There's a clear desperation to his actions, a persistent nagging, and his desire for you to try this circus game. Okay, yeah, because we're not gonna... Okay, yeah. So insist you will find a way out. Oh, he don't like that. Kane's eyes start glitching, the colors alternating between blues and reds. He is obviously enraged. Oh, so another troublemaker, are we? A big hand goes to grab you. Well then, I think I can't let you out of my sight then. I'm thinking of his god voice. What? Hold on. A popping sound and suddenly you are fitting inside his suit's pocket. He opens it with one finger to look down at your tiny self, now trapped in there. I'm keeping you with me until you learn to behave. Damn. Okay. So we got two of the bad endings. So I'm assuming the vent option is like... Okay, so now we're gonna play like if I actually was in the circus, I guess. Alright, let's try to do the headset first, just to catch him a little off guard. Because we want to make him believe that we're like, you know, we don't know what's going on. Alright. Let's calm down and accept we'll give it a try. He looks ecstatic, clicking his heels together in the air where he was already floating. Yeah, we know this. You steps in place, upper jaw raising as if you remember something. Okay, yeah. Yep, this is whenever he leaves us. Oh, I wonder if we unlock the other ones. No, not yet. Okay, so what do? So we're not gonna stay and play the board game. We're gonna walk towards the open vent to the wall. Right in front of you, on a faraway wall, you spot what looks like an open vent. It's barely visible, with giant colorful tubes blocking it from view. You walk towards it, worried that Kane might come back and find you sneaking around. The vent is indeed wide open, as you thought, but enough for a person to fit in. Had someone used it? Was it a game's secret achievement? You ponder it for a minute, then, reminding yourself that you were inside a game, you crouch inside to investigate. Oh boy. Oh, it's a Gloink Queen and the Gloinks. Oh shit, there's like... Yeah, it's like glitchy and stuff. You notice the wall textures flicker and polygons just out in odd angles, forming gaps within the vent. The gaps themselves are big enough to see what lies beyond the white expanse. You guess that no one has tested this part of the map yet. It also seems rather dirty in here with all the cobwebs and strangely shaped objects that also have faces. Look at that Gloink. He's tripping. Perhaps that's why Kane didn't want you to explore? You peer through one of the holes and you get an unnerving feeling that you're being watched. Suddenly, something slithers in your peripheral as a multitude of eyes open and glare back at you from all directions. A booming voice rumbles through the vent. Oh, the Gloink Queen! Yes, yes! Another colorful character in the presence of the Gloink Queen. Despicable. Oh, the eyes glare accusatory. As if the very sight of you disgusts them. You take a moment to formulate a response. You can't help but scream, or you think this is or you think it's best to act polite. I think, yeah. You try your very best to be polite, trying to diffuse the tension between you and this monster. You even compliment their lovely eyes, their many, many eyes. The creature's eyes narrow as it looks you up and down. You get the impression it's trying to figure you out in some way. You must be new here. I have not seen you around like the other things. You take this opportunity to get some answers. What do you know about Kane? What are you the queen of? And what is a Gloink? So, I'm gonna save. Just because I don't want to have to go through all that stuff again. What do you know about Kane? What are you the queen of? Oh, she's a Gloink Queen, and a Gloink is that weird object. She gives birth to those if you haven't watched it, which you should have watched it. Go watch it. What do you know about Kane? You ask the Gloink Queen about what she knows about Kane. The Gloink Queen's eyes widen when you mention this name. Ah, you speak of the mad teeth god that bore this world to existence, the same god that made me and my kid. But it matters not, for he too shall become a Gloink in due time, like everything else. Yes, everything is Gloinks. The Gloink Queen stares past you as if she's seeing into the future. Or if she's seeing this future unfold between her very eyes, it is rather disconcerting to you. You take this moment to slowly crawl away through the vent. Yeah. You climb down carefully out of the vent onto the soft carpet below. The sound of rumbling and emanating from the vent, whatever the creature was, you're glad you didn't make it mad. You look around, there's like abstraction stuff everywhere. You look around to find your bearings. It seems you're in a shabby looking hallway. past its prime. Muck and grime stains the walls as the wallpaper peels away, revealing strange blinking eyes. You try not to acknowledge them. Instead, you wander the hallways, locked doors lining either side, each one adorned with a funny-looking character. It is starting to feel more like a hotel for cartoons than a circus. A thought crosses your mind, though. Why are there so many doors with a red X on them? The question presses heavily on your mind. Suddenly, you are snapped out of your thoughts by the sound of voices. It seems to be coming further down the hallway. With no other options, you head towards them. Maybe they can help you get out of this place? It's better than having the company of doors at the very least. The voices become clearer and clearer as you pick up the pace until eventually you round the corner and... wham! Jingle jingle. Oh! Pomni, I think. Yeah, Pomni. It has to be. You had run directly into something small and colorful. The sound of jingle bells ring out, echoing through the hallways as you fall backwards onto the carpet. Slightly dazed, you slowly look up and see a small jester rubbing their head in pain. Next to the jester, a person-sized chess piece knees down, concerned. Kinger! Are you okay? How many fingers am I holding up? Ugh. 3. Wait, I am? Oh, I love Kinger. The chess piece looks down at his own floating hand. His eyes slowly drift in 2 different directions as he begins to count them in a panic. He seems rather empty-headed. He's starting to abstract. Oh, good news. Turns out I have 4. The jester slowly stands up, giving herself a brief dust-off. The jester's eyes go wide as they focus on you with full attention. Attention fills the space as you both look at each other. You get the odd feeling that they're about to try and fight you. What? The jester puts themselves in between you and the chess piece, slowly backing away with them, tugging into the chess piece's robe. Kinger, we need to get going now. Oh, perhaps they're here to see my insect collection. The jester shakes her head as they continue to step back, not breaking eye contact with you. You step forward, trying to explain your situation. 1 second you were putting on a headset, the next you were talking with the teeth man and everything else. Oh, what the hell? It just got like... Your head starts to ache just thinking about it all, and you grab at it as if you're trying to yank something off. You start to curl into yourself. I mean, why can't you take it off? Is this even real? A small hand grasps onto your own. You look up to see the jester looking at you with some concern. Hey, it's okay. Take it easy. I'm sorry about that. We thought you were one of the NPCs. The reassuring tone in their voice helps you calm down. You felt you were losing yourself for a second. Oh, I was about to abstract or something. Like I was losing my mind. You're fine. I'm Pomni, by the way, and that over there is Kinger. Who? Kinger frantically looks behind him. You stare in sheer bafflement, but Pomni's gaze stares on you. So, what's your name? You try to answer, but nothing comes to mind. Where a name should be, it's just a blank space. Wait, he didn't give you one? She trails off, brow furrowing in thought. How about we call you, Rookie? For now? Sounds good? Your mouth plays with the sound of the new name. It feels right, at least for the time you're here. Pomni brightens up. Well, it's nice to officially meet you, Rookie. She lets out a small chuckle. However, her fade drops down into a frown. She looks back up at you with a sorrow expression. Sorry you had to end up here at a time like this. but we really got to get moving before he finds us. Yeah, so this has to be episode between. Yeah, this is between. You're confused and asks who she's talking about. Kane. Kane? The big teeth guy? You recall your first meeting with him was unexpected. Despite the chaos regarding just about, well, everything, he seemed harmless, if not incredibly eccentric. You fall in step behind Pomni and Kinger as they both begin to make haste down the hall. You ask about what Pomni meant by Kane finding you. Well, he's upset and unstable, more than usual. It started with the little things, a strange glare or mean comments, but now I think he's trying to. Pomni trails off as she fiddles with her hand. She snaps back, looking at you. But we're trying to find a way to fix him. Kinger thinks there is something up with his base code. You look over at Kinger, who is currently staring at the bright ceiling light. You look down at Pomni, skeptical. She lets out an awkward laugh. Haha, he's smarter than he looks, trust me. We wouldn't have gotten this far without him. Pomni smiles weakly as she turns to him as he continues to stare at the light. Pomni, are you seeing these white dots in this light? You feel that without your help, these two might not complete their goal. But do you really want to get roped into something like this? You just want to go home after all. So yeah, I guess there's two different options. Stay and help them with their plan. Against your better judgment, you take a deep breath and offer to help fix Kane somehow. You don't actually know what the plan is. Perhaps you should have asked that before agreeing. Pomni looks up with surprise and relief. It seems she is hoping you would stay and help. Well, I'm glad you want to help, especially since you just met us. Thanks. The three of you continue your journey down the various hallways. You notice Pomni's eyes dart around trying to find something. She notices you looking at her. Oh, we're keeping an eye out for doors with this key fits in, this key fits into. They appear randomly. Hopefully one will lead us to Kane's control room. That's what Kinger thinks anyway. Suddenly there's a loud whack as Kinger smacks headfirst into a large door, surprising both you and Pomni. Oh god, Kinger, are you okay? I'm not Oak, but the door is. You all stand in front of a large oak wooden door engraved with vines and a weird grinning bubble. Yeah, weird grinning bubble. Pomni lifts up her key and tentatively slots it into the door's keyhole. Sorry. She pauses and looks back at you. This place isn't exactly safe, so be ready for anything. You give her a nod in confirmation. She turns the key and swings open the doors. Oh, it's from the episode! On the other side is a rather fancy trophy room with a roaring fire and comfortable sofas. It would be a nice place to stay if it wasn't for the freaky mounted heads on the walls that glare down at you. Though strangely, one of the mounted frames doesn't have a head, instead just a small plaque with a familiar name. Pomni grimaces as she looks up at them, her hands beginning to fidget even more than before. Well, not the room we were looking for, but it could lead us to it. Any ideas, Kinger? Kinger wanders off to one of the sofas and sits down on an especially comfy one. You know, I think this is made with crocodile leather, the good stuff. He begins to lean back, his body pressing into the pillows of the sofa as he lets out a content sigh. Pomni lets out a sigh as she still fidgets. Well, I suppose it's okay to take a rest for a bit. We can wait a while. Pomni sits down on her own sofa. You see as her whole body loosens as it looks like she's about to pass out. You wonder how long she's been up running about. They both are rather worn out. The more you look at them, perhaps you can ask some questions. You ask about Pomni's key. You ask why they look so worn out. You ask how they lead this game. I guess we'll ask why they're so worn out. Pomni lets out a tired sign. Sign or sigh? Maybe sigh. It's that obvious, huh? Things haven't been great around here. Kane's games have been pretty creative with how they kill us. Oh, but don't worry. We don't actually die. We just feel the pain of dying. Yeah, that. We were only able to escape his last game because his NPCs also started acting erratically. We're lucky to even be here talking about it. Is there anything else you'd wanted to ask? You were about to ask him further when suddenly, wham! Oh no. You hear the door slam behind you. What? Pomni rushes towards the door, key up front to try and open it. However, as soon as she enters the key, it emits a loud error sound. Huh? Guys, I think we have a problem. The fire roars as the flames bellow out from the fireplace before it's quickly snuffed out. The once warm room is now filled with a sinister dread. You feel a shiver creep down your spine. Oh, I think this is one of those sleepovers. You feel the room around begin to rumble and shake as the walls begin to crumble and split open. You hold on to Kinger and keep him upright as Pomni's eye darts around the room. Come on, there has to be... There! Pomni points towards the vent on the other side of the room. She races towards it. Oh my god! Rumble. The mounted heads violently clatter together, their mouths chattering as thick vines erupt from behind you. The freaky vine creatures gnash their teeth hungrily, their vines twisting towards you and Kinger. What the? I feel like I have to save. I'm gonna save real quick. A thick vine suddenly bursts out of the fireplace, blocking Pomni's path. You feel Kinger's posture change. You look up and notice his eyes seem more focused. He moves in front of you in a protective stance as he grabs something out of the obscured trophy-decorated walls. Get behind me. Oh, it's dark, so he's sane. And look, he don't have the eyes no more. So yeah, he's sane. Kinger holds it up as he glints in the darkness, ready to swing down. It's a machete that poofs into a cloud of pixels as soon as it makes contact with the vines. Oh, god damn it. Why does Kane even have that? There is little time to act. You have to move, but you are unsure to where to help first. You decide to help Pomni move the thick vine aside to enter the vent, or you entertain the heads with Kinger. Ooh. I'm gonna save over this one. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh well. What is going on? Alright, sorry about that. I don't know what was going on. My game froze, like it wouldn't let me do anything. I also know his abstraction's there, so I guess he's not. There's little time to act. You have to move. Okay, so I'm back here. I guess we'll help Pomni. You run over to Pomni, and both of you are able to move the heavy vine away, leaving a small opening to the vent. Pomni starts kicking at it to loosen it, but a scream startles you both. Oh! You look behind and find that Kinger has been grabbed by one of the heads and is being dragged away while struggling. Oh my gosh. Kinger! Pomni immediately launches herself and takes Kinger by the robe, trying to pull him back from the deformed rabbit-looking mounted head that is munching on his face. With everything happening so fast, you need to make a decision in your position. Rush over to help them out of the situation, or you finish opening the vent for everyone. Ah, man. Ah. Damn. I'm gonna have to save again. I guess we'll try helping them. You run over to the creepy smiling rabbit head, avoiding the other Slytherin-mounted heads trying to grab at you and Pomni. Using all your strength to kick it and punch it, it finally lets go of Kinger. Kinger falls to the ground. He quickly stands up and looks around himself with a determined look. Over here, quick! You two quickly follow Kinger to the fireplace, avoiding the vines and biting heads flinging around you. You duck and pinch at one of them in time. Or punch at one of them at the right time, sorry. You focus your attention back at Kinger, who is now touching the walls around the fireplace, trying to find something. What are you looking for? The switch. There should be a hidden one here. A head that resembles Kinger launches over at you. You manage to dodge it, but it hits Pomni, pushing her away between the other head vines. Damn! You look back at Pomni, you look back to see Pomni struggle with the vines, and back at Kinger, who is frantically feeling the walls for a switch. You decide to... I guess help Pomni. You wave your arms, running over to Pomni, trying to keep the vines away from her. The crying white mask trying to bite down at you both. Yeah. Suddenly, you hear a strange laugh in the distance, almost like it's echoing in the back of your mind. You look around trying to locate it. Snap! Something isn't right. You look back at Pomni. Her face! Her head! Pomni looks like some kind of mindless zombie now, but her neck. Kane has replaced Pomni's head with a version of herself as one of the biting head mounds. Pomni's body is still hers, but she seems confused touching her new cosmetic. She stumbles a bit trying to find herself. Her new head wakes up and starts to jitter and bite at the air, almost like a rabid dog. Pomni's body then slowly starts to walk towards you with her arms extended, trying to find her way around. She doesn't realize what's happening on the other side, but her new head locks its attention on you, and it tries to push itself as if to bite you. You shout back at Kinger, asking in a hurry if he found the right switch yet, but the purple rabbit head was taking away his attention. He's fighting it with one of the fireplace's metal tools. Stay back! When you finally look back at your own situation, you realize that Pomni is charging at you, stumbling. You look around and think quickly, grabbing one of the pillows from the couch. You use it as a shield when Pomni finally reaches you. The zombie head bites into the pillow, ripping parts of it. You shove it into her face, pushing her away from you with one extra push to make her fall on her back. You take the opportunity to run back to Kinger and help him fend off the smiling rabbit head by pulling at the vine that it's attached to. Kinger gets pushed against the fireplace in the struggle. It was here! He quickly pushes a brick-shaped switch in. The fireplace roars open again, bright, ignited by the push of the switch, but not only lighting up the room, but igniting the vines growing out of the chimney. Yay! They scream and thrash in agony, quickly turning into ashes. The other vines in the room retreat in pain. You look back at Pomni. Her zombie face is melting like wax behind the pillow you shoved in her face. She comes back to her senses. Gasp! What happened? You try to explain in a few words, but Kinger rushes you both away from the dim light, noticing how his sanity starts slipping away from him again. We have to keep moving. Come on. You all go towards the room's vent without missing a beat. You three had gotten out of trouble for now, and don't miss a beat at leaving that place behind. You all traverse through a dark vent its interior glitching unfinished. After a long while, Pomni shouts at you two trailing behind. I see a light. Let's see what we can find. With a big push of her whole body, she takes the vent grid down and crawls out. What in the world? You three are standing at the most bizarre space you had seen so far. A strange unfinished area, or maybe another of Kane's tricks, a void with so many doors everywhere. Such a beautifully lit place for my insect collection. No! What? Alright guys, I think that's going to be it for this episode. We definitely will still play this though and get more endings. But I think that's going to be it for today. But I'm loving it so far. I hope because this is the demo, so I'm hoping, you know, they're going to add more onto it later on if it gets more hype, which, I'm sure it will. It's doing a really good job so far. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.